It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Today we see who's better in the NFC between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. This one is Cameron Dicker. And off we go from Dallas. Returning in from the 16. Jukes away from one. A field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020. The Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
Run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. They call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's third down.
You make that call, just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throw here, third down. And this opening drive is headed for fourth down. That's incomplete. Defender there to knock it away. The line partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers. Impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is
to win it.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
It's not often you hear me say this, Kate, that a kicker can pick up his team, but he did right there. They started with great field position, and if they would have come away with 0, it would have been a disappointment. Instead, he puts 3 on that scoreboard.
Here's Carter on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns. A lot more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him. But you can welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
Second and 4 at the 32-yard line.
First down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And he won't be able to get past the line. And very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ball game. Cowboys bringing out an extra defensive back on third.
And it's third down.
Working from the gun, Williams. That's Cox. This is Loveland. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First down from the 41. Now a give running right. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that wrong way they hoped it would, Bob.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
On play action, Williams. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. Third down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Third down. Here's Williams. Makes it finally caught, and he lost the football. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, that call came at just the right time to rip a hole in the defense. And it should have been a play that knocked them on their backs and led to points. One player's tireless effort stole the ball, stole the momentum, stole the show, and averted a complete disaster.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
As quarterback, when you have an out-route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Setting him on the dime. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
When one defender fails, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball, make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
49-yard line.
Herbert, quick out line, complete. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. How about 29 yards on first down? And that's good for a new set of downs.
2-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. There's a design run. Nothing was going to help him escape that, and he gets hit for a loss. 2nd down coming up. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Theodore, who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Somebody got to do it. Turn his TV off. 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 Turn his TV off.
Drive's been moving nicely, but they went the wrong way on that last snap. It's 2nd and 13. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt it to pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. They've got themselves a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
So that connection for first will bring us to the end of the first. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment.
Let's go, let's get that touch.
Time for our 2nd quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
They just could not even find a sliver of breathing room on that 1st down, and this is not an envious spot for this play caller to be in. I don't know what you go to now.
Grenade. Grenade. Ready.
It's Mafa again. And he will not be denied a second time. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead.
Kicker on for the point after.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game.
10. Bears nothing.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
To kick off for the Cowboys.
Here's Carter on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. Now trailed by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
And they find them after just a yard. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this 3rd down. Williams from the gun. He's going deep. That's caught at the 25. They rip up a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Short pass brought in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Working inside the red zone. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. And slips through. 2nd down coming up. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming as a fan, as a defensive coordinator. I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start to fight back for their first points of this game. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game.
Bears 7.
Wow, down by just a score. A lot of game to go. But look here, it's an onside try. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Very short kick taken at the 19. And he's well across the 45, almost all the way to midfield before going out. The Cowboys about set to take over. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. Herbert on first down. Caught, nice gain left side. There it is, touchdown Dallas! The Cowboys making a 9-point advantage. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game.
Cowboys 17. Bears 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Aubrey to kick one for the Cowboys.
Here's Carter on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Bears take over first and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner to the 48. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. He completes it in traffic. And they make the tackle at the 38.
And the Bears
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
and 10.
And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Just 2 minutes to play here on our opening half. Stay with us. More from AT&T Stadium coming up. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. First down throw by Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Williams thrown again here on 2nd down. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears making a 1-score game before halftime.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game.
17. Bears 14.
Always set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts from the 16. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys and CD Lamb headed back out on offense. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. He's going to push him back for second down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Herbert from the gun. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Third and long for him here. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Takes this in at the 25. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. First down, Williams to throw. Caught by the open man. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's got about 9 on that run, partner, down inside the 30. Timeout Chicago. It uses its seconds. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Williams to throw. That one's complete, right side. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. Now Williams. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up first and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now. breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe 2 more snaps.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So the incompletion on first. Here is second and goal. Here's Williams again. That one connects. And in for the Chicago touchdown. The Bears take the lead just before halftime. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bears take a 4-point lead.
Cowboys 17.
See if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
One last play before the break. Final throw before the break. He puts an air under this one, right side. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Bears do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first. And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. On a more aggressive call on second.
Off the play fake, Williams. And he's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down. And they come through the sack to bring around third down. Here he goes, third and long. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on third and 19.
At the 49-yard line.
Lone back gets the handoff. It's a solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
So much to like about that run, particularly what he was able to get out of it. Defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, the run game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line. And defense all over this one.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Completed over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
They'll run here on first down. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
At the 12-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To throw, Williams. Throws caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd down, here's Williams. That one's incomplete over the middle. Try getting it to Colston Loveland. And that makes it 4th down. Now Cameron Dicker on to try the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left half. Dicker connects there. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, they'll take it. Some points to add, a little to what's still a pretty small lead. Eventually, I think we all know they've got to find a way to reach the end zone.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning in from the 16. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And the question out there is, Brock, how early and often are they going to try passing here after they were picked off on the previous drive?
Well, I think the answer to that is how much trust does this play caller have in his quarterback? We're going to get to find out right now.
Baylor Tiger! Baylor Tiger! Captain.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. Now here it goes, down the right sideline. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys bring it back to even. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fields this one at the 3. Trying to reverse it on the kick return. And they get to him before it can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Dive play straight ahead. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. That'll be 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
It is caught left side. And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like, the 28.
That's good.
This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock. Marvel acts. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
And it's 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Williams to throw on 3rd. That's Cox. This is Loveland. And he's tackled after a big gain, but he's not going to get to keep the yards or the first down that he picked up either. We got a flag down in the neighborhood of holding. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down. Williams from the gun. That was first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to take him down and stop the potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's been a high-scoring game so far, but we're still tied 24-all to begin the final frame. Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal.
Set. Go.
Design quarterback run here. And he found some running room for a nice gain. They get 8 yards, and now only inches to go on 3rd down.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Kim.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys take a 4th-quarter lead. Justin Herbert with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7.
31. Bears 24.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. It only took them 1 play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. On first down, they'll run. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
They give it to him again. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. That's 2 in a row. They've got 3rd down now coming up. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, Williams. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Chicago brings out the punting unit. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Run. This is Maka. And he's blocked down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Bears bringing out an extra DB here. 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. This gets the 1st and more. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. More than 25 on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking from the gun here, it's Herbert. Looking right, and he finds it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for the loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, John?
It's getting close, and they're going to take him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. Battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
1-yard attempt.
This is going to be close, and it's no good. He hooked it too far left. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a 2-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been a death knell. But the miss, you just see it breathes some new life into the opposing sideline.
Chicago getting set to take the field now. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted.
Yeah, totally get it. You pass it here because that's what's comfortable. Largely it's what you did to get down inside the red zone. But so often what works in theory doesn't work in practice, and it can lead to some pretty nasty results.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Trying the right side. Through the defense it goes.
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before you enter. Don't you hang with that.